Welcome to AI Briefing. The content of the briefing includes moving, Bitcoin made Hindsight Capital's magnificent year gold. The cost to society will be enormous. Here's why the New York Times has just sued two tech titans. New York Times sues Microsoft and OpenAI for copyright infringement. First FT, global defense orders surge, FT analysis shows. In culture, 2023 has been a year of crisis and catharsis. Moving, Bitcoin made Hindsight Capital's magnificent year gold. Bloomberg. Hindsight Capital LLC, a fictional investment firm, has made a series of trades that would have generated substantial profits in 2023. The firm uses a strategy of perfect foresight, making trades based on information available at the beginning of the year. One of the key trades involved investing in the Bloomberg Magnificent 7 Index, which consists of the world's largest tech companies, such as Alphabet, Amazon, and Apple. The index gained 107.3% in 2023. Hindsight Capital also profited from shorting the CSI 300 composite of mainland China stocks, which fell 16.6% during the year. Another successful trade involved shorting the TTF Netherlands natural gas contract, which fell 76% from its peak. Hindsight Capital made a profit of 52% on this trade. The firm also made money by investing in gold, which gained 12.5% in 2023, and by investing in companies exposed to nuclear power and clean energy, which gained 33.4% and 65% respectively. Finally, Hindsight Capital profited from investing in Bitcoin, which rose 163% in dollar terms, and from shorting palladium, which fell 33%. The cost to society will be enormous. Here's why the New York Times has just sued two tech titans. ABC. The New York Times is suing Microsoft and OpenAI, claiming that millions of its news articles have been misused by the tech companies to train their AI-powered chatbots. The newspaper alleges that the bots have repurposed its content to compete with it. The Times wants the court to hold Microsoft and OpenAI responsible for billions of dollars in statutory and actual damages and to destroy parts of the chatbots that incorporate Times content. This marks the first time a major traditional media company has taken on AI technology in court and sets up a showdown over the use of copyrighted content for AI software. New York Times sues Microsoft and OpenAI for copyright infringement. The Sydney Morning Herald. The New York Times has sued Microsoft and OpenAI, claiming that the two firms used its content to develop artificial intelligence (AI) services without permission. The lawsuit alleges that the companies relied on millions of copyrighted articles to train chatbots and other AI features, leading to billions of dollars in damages. OpenAI has faced previous lawsuits from authors, but this is the first challenge to its practices by a major media organization. The startup has attempted to establish licensing deals with publishers, but the New York Times said it could not reach an agreement with Microsoft and OpenAI. First FT, global defense orders surge, FT analysis shows. Financial Times. The order books of the world's largest defense companies are near record highs after growing more than 10% in 2 years due to geopolitical tension. An analysis by the Financial Times of 15 defense groups showed their combined order backlogs were $777.6 billion in 2022, up from $701.2 billion in 2020. In the first half of 2023, combined backlogs at these companies stood at $764 billion. In culture, 2023 has been a year of crisis and catharsis. The Independent. The year 2023 has been marked by crisis and catharsis in the world of culture. The arts have faced challenges including funding cuts, COVID-19, and the threat posed by AI. The BBC has been hit by controversies, scandals, and high-profile memoirs. Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, became the fastest-selling nonfiction book of all time, and Britney Spears sold 1 million copies of her tell-all memoir, The Woman in Me, in its first week. The year has seen a new age of celebrity confessionalism, with stars sharing their personal stories in raw and unfiltered ways. China appoints Liu Lei as Deputy Central Bank Governor. Nikkei Asia. China has appointed Liu Lei, a veteran financial regulator, as the Deputy Governor of the People's Bank of China, in the latest reshuffle at the central bank. Liu, 53, replaces Liu Guoqiang, a deputy governor of the PBOC since 2018, according to a statement from the Ministry of Human Resources and Social Security. Liu has reached retirement age. With Liu's appointment, the central bank has formed a leadership team led by Governor Pan Gongsheng and 4 deputies, Zhu Hexin, Zhang Qingsong, Xian Chongning and Liu. What can we expect from the weather on New Year's Eve in Sydney? The Sydney Morning Herald. Sydney's New Year's Eve celebrations are expected to be cool and dreary, with showers likely throughout the day. The morning is most likely to see showers, particularly in the lower Blue Mountains, Hornsby, and northern beaches areas. A cold air mass will move across the state on Saturday night, causing temperatures in western parts of NSW to drop. This year's celebration will focus on celebrating First Nations culture, with a smoking ceremony, AI-generated illustrations projected onto the bridge pylons, and an appearance from animated dogs Bluey and Bingo. The official program for the evening has taken 15 months of planning. Press Digest British Business, December 28. Yahoo! Former European Commission President Jacques Delors has died at the age of 98. Delors was one of the founding fathers of the European Union's single currency project. His death comes at a time of uncertainty for the EU, with the UK set to leave the bloc in 2019. Bonds catch up to stock rally on auction demand, markets wrap. Bloomberg. Asian bond markets rallied as investors positioned themselves for anticipated interest rate cuts by the US Federal Reserve. Australian and New Zealand bonds rose, wiping off more than 6 basis points from their 10-year yields. Furthermore, Germany's yields plummeted to a fresh low for 2023. The gains were supported by high demand for 5-year Treasury notes, which is a sign investors are keen to lock in yields before the expected rate cuts. Taylor Swift's era, Barbenheimer and AI, pop culture moments that define 2023. The Sydney Morning Herald. The past year in pop culture has been dominated by various trends and events. One notable trend is the prevalence of AI in various aspects of life, from ChatGPT responses to the rise of AI-generated content. Another significant event was the return of Rihanna to the music scene, with her highly anticipated halftime show at the Super Bowl. The year also saw a rise in the popularity of memoirs, with celebrities sharing intimate details of their lives in their books. In terms of TV, many popular shows came to an end, including Succession, Barry, and The Crown. The year also saw the rise of the country music renaissance, with artists like Morgan Wallen and Luke Combs dominating the charts. In the world of comedy, Hassan Minhaj came close to securing Trevor Noah's seat on The Daily Show, but his stand-up routine was called into question. There were also notable events in the world of sports, with the Matildas' strong performance at the FIFA Women's World Cup and the Australian country's domination of the pop charts. Overall, the past year in pop culture was filled with AI advancements, music comebacks, TV finales, and noteworthy moments in various fields. Some Chinese state developers leave suppliers in lurch with unpaid bills. South China Morning Post. Payment arrears to small suppliers, largely private firms, have become a chronic problem in China as the economy languishes in a fragile state. Chinese economic regulators have been pressuring state-owned enterprises, SOEs, to pay their small suppliers on time, but delays have been extensive and harmful to many businesses. Private sector firms are particularly affected, and despite government warnings, developers have found ways to circumvent payment requirements. Delays in payment have become so severe that some subcontractors may file lawsuits against developers. The private sector, which is relied upon to prop up growth and create jobs, has yet to return to full fitness. Payment arrears have led to a severe tightness in corporate funds for private firms. Some big companies have maliciously delayed payment and leveraged their dominant market position to refuse to sign contracts or decline to conduct acceptance checks of construction work. The investment capacity of the private sector has been constrained, with fixed asset investment from the private sector falling and property investment down. Despite extensive government action, results have been mixed and private entrepreneurs still lack confidence in the current policies. Xi Jinping's year of living dangerously. Bloomberg. Chinese President Xi Jinping is set to face numerous challenges in 2024, including a weak economic recovery, elections in Taiwan, and the possibility of Donald Trump re-entering the White House. The Chinese economy is expected to slow further due to weakness in the real estate sector, soft consumer demand, and a lackluster government stimulus package. Xi has shown no indication that he is willing to loosen his grip on Chinese entrepreneurs, which has led to wealthy individuals looking to park their funds overseas and consider migration prospects. Additionally, there have been political challenges, including tensions with the US and the Philippines, as well as the abrupt replacements of senior officials in Xi's cabinet. The upcoming Taiwan elections in January will be a key political flashpoint, with China likely to increase pressure if the ruling Democratic Progressive Party wins. The potential re-election of Donald Trump could also pose challenges for Xi, as Trump has been tough on China in the past. Overall, 2024 is shaping up to be a difficult year for Xi. Morgan Stanley eyes Tesla's non-EV potentials in new note. Yahoo! Morgan Stanley analyst Adam Jonas has predicted another challenging year for the auto industry, but expects Tesla to fare well due to its ventures into robotics and artificial intelligence, AI. Jonas has reiterated an overweight rating and a $380 price target per share for Tesla. He believes that Tesla's non-auto businesses could help push the stock higher despite margin pressures. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.